All right, update here on SOFI here on the 12th. So we had a nice sell-off here down to 1381. The market sold off pretty hard on Friday with the payroll numbers. What does it mean from SOFI? Nothing really changed from the count that I talked about in the last video because we didn't invalidate this move. If it would have dropped below 1375, then I would have said, okay, this is not, there's no chance this is a first wave right here. We did not do that. We came down here at 1381, and so this path higher is still valid. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, up there like that. What I will say though is there is a possibility. I'll put an alt count out there. The alt count would just be that this ends up being a wave, this ends up being a B wave, which it is. It's a corrective move, it looks like to me right now. And we would get a C wave up here to probably at least 16 bucks pretty quickly. That'd probably happen in the next like week or two, maybe going into earnings. It would just chop up here, and then we would have one more move down here. If we come down here to 13 bucks, it's not really the end of the world. It still can be a fourth wave. And this pattern actually follows pretty closely with Tesla, what Tesla looks like it's going to do. So I will leave that up there as a potential account down here to 13 bucks. But I wouldn't expect it much lower than that. If you go back here and look at the second wave all the way up here to the third wave, which is pretty obvious at this point, that would still only be down here to the 0.3 fib. That wouldn't be that big of a deal. And from there, we would just go up. We would just go like this. So I don't think that there's that much to worry about right now. Let's look at the moving averages and just make sure that everything looks good on the moving averages on the daily. We are actually below the 20 and the 50, so that is slightly bearish. I'd rather have it above, but the 20 is so much above the 50 that we can bounce right back pretty quickly, and that could happen this week. It probably will happen this week. I would imagine we at least come up here and test the 20 DMA sometime in the next week, I would imagine. So on the daily, that's slightly bearish because you have the 200 down here. Let's look at the weekly. Weekly is super bullish. We have 20 above the 50. We're way above it. That's super bullish. Nothing to worry about. So really, that would be the next spot. If it did break bearish and somehow this invalidated, then you would have to break 1183 to be super bearish, because at that point you'd be below the 20. Next support would be down here at 9 bucks. And then also on the daily, you're already below the 20 and the 50. But we don't need to think about that. That's not going to happen. We got a fourth wave going on here. So let's see if we can hold 1375 this week. I am expecting potentially a move down in the overall market to start the week, but we'll see. Maybe 1% more down, I think. And then we should see a big bounce in the overall market, and then that should go along with this bounce right here. If we zoom in here on smaller time frames and just look at what's going on, it looks to me like 5 waves ended right here. So you can pretty much see 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then right here, we got an impulse up. And then we have like an A, B, or B wave might be up in here and then maybe come back down here a little bit. I would like to see this hold now. I want to see 1381 hold to signify that we've started a third wave. Because if this breaks, then we can still hold 1375, but that would invalidate this as a sub impulse wave. So I would like to see something like this up here like that, and then go all the way up here to at least 16 bucks. But if we want it to be a wave 3, it's got to go all the way up to Wave 3's got to go to a minimum of 1688. I was looking at the gamma levels, and the gamma levels look very strong for this week. I think 16 bucks is very, very likely in the next 12 days. So maybe not this Friday, but the Friday after that. Maybe it will happen quicker. But yeah, that's the overall thoughts on SOFI. This move is still valid. We'll see if we end up getting this up to 18, 19 bucks minimum, or do we get this and then come back down one more time. Those are the two possibilities I see. I don't think this is going to break bearish and turn into a top right here. I think we have one more high at least coming up. So that's it for this video. Leave me a comment, like, subscribe for more updates, and I will keep you updated this week. Let's see if we can make our way to 16 bucks.